Happy Sunday. We are already back with some funky stuff. Yeah, right. Funky stuff, my butt. Welcome back, guys. But what's new? It's Monday. I'm telling y'all, I wasn't gonna come on here. I was like, I'm so tired. We had the fantasy football pick thing yesterday, and there was so many people in my house that my air was on a struggle bus because there was like a heat index of like 104. It was so many people. My husband made brisket and pork, and we had the oven rocking, and the house was struggling. I mean, it was like 78 in my house, which for me is hot. We normally keep our house around 70, 71, like 78 was struggle, so it's taken forever to get that house to cool down. There was babies there, people brought their kids. It was a baby that cut her hand on something, and I'm telling you, that baby did a blood ritual, because after that, my air was not working right. No, the baby was fine. She didn't even know she cut her hand, but I'm telling you, she had a lot of blood on my floor, and I don't know. There's a lot going on. It was a lot going on, but we survived it. At least the food was good. I'll say that. I actually have a really good roster this year, so I'm excited for that. But yeah, y'all, that's it. What do I do? Yesterday, I went to the gym, hit up that Stairmaster. I went up a level, knocked it out, came home, got ready for the fantasy football thing. Saturday, me and my husband went to dinner, and yeah, just really, this whole weekend was really dedicated to like getting ready for fantasy football, honestly. And I'm so happy we have a 3-day weekend coming up. I'm so happy for that. And what would I like to do on the 3-day weekend? I'd like to do nothing, but I promised my husband I would ride with him in his Cadillac, so I'll probably be doing that one of the days this weekend. But y'all, it's Monday, and I'm always so tired, and it's just not fair, but we're back at it. I hope y'all had a blessed weekend. I hope y'all have a blessed week going forward. I want you guys to stay encouraged. I know there's so many things going on in life. We stay busy. We stay on the move. We deal with family. We deal with so many things and not ourselves, and I just want y'all to keep y'all heads up. Wanted to give y'all some encouragement today. Other than that, y'all, let's get into this news. The tiny New York town where bookstores rule. Okay. Just a few days before the start of the Paralympic Games, Athlete Village was buzzing with activity on Saturday as athletes formed 168 delegations were setting into their temporary home. So I'll be watching Paralympics. I'll be back. We back, baby. I actually saw this guy who's in the Paralympics, and his disability was that he had like seizures, but he was running against people that like literally have no legs and are in a wheelchair and everything. I mean, yes, he is disabled due to he could have a seizure, but do y'all think that's fair? I don't know. He keeps getting a gold medal. I mean, they clearly think it's fair. A half an hour drive from Boston, Massachusetts, in the town of Concord sits one of the most revered literary landscapes in the world. Phil Jones passed away over the weekend at his hometown in Florida at 87. He joined CBS News in the 60s. An animal welfare organization said it stepped in to rescue more than 100 rabbits from a home in Tennessee, which had become overrun by creatures. Alabama high school football player passed away after he was critically injured during a game on Friday. Rapper Macklemore said he's canceling an upcoming concert in Dubai because of the United Arab Emirates' role in the ongoing genocide and humanitarian crisis in Sudan. Russia and Ukraine exchanged over 100 prisoners of war on Saturday as Kyiv marked the third Independence Day since Moscow's full-scale invasion. Predators are becoming prey in the Florida Everglades as Unique Challenges works to remove invasive Burmese pythons from the tropical wilderness. Foo Fighters say they did not okay Trump using My Hero at Arizona rally. There was a rare dusting of summer snowfall happened in Sierra Nevada mountains in California. 2 former gold medalists will carry the United States flag at a Paralympics opening ceremony next week. The 2024 DNC is over. Here's what happens to some of the memorabilia left behind. I mean, I don't really want to know what happens, but yeah. Let's see. Virginia police are investigating the disappearance of a 28-year-old mother who went missing last month. Said they have arrested her husband on charges of concealing her body. New volcanic eruption in Iceland brings video of lava spewing from miles-long fissure on a peninsula. A federal judge has temporarily blocked exploratory drilling for a lithium project in Arizona that tribal leaders say will harm land they have used for religious and cultural ceremonies. NASA has ruled out bringing 2 astronauts back to Earth aboard the Boeing Starliner capsule because of the lingering concerns about multiple helium leaks. Y'all keep saying that. You cannot take just one exception for law enforcement, Telegram CEO Paul Daruv told 60 Minutes in 2016 in the aftermath of the late 2015 ISIS terrorist attack in Paris without endangering private communications of hundreds of millions. Robert F. Kennedy suspended his campaign to support Trump, and his family was not happy about that. In a divided political climate, high school girls attend Girls State for a week of Democratic exercises. Jane Pauley, hold on, y'all, somebody is bugging me. Jane Pauley, a Girls State alum, meets participants in Emily Wortham, featured in the Girls State documentary. Opera for Peace invites global singers to foster diversity and inspire new audiences. David Pogue checks out advances being made in aviation technology. Founded 150 years ago, New York's 9-2Y to New York became a community hub for meaningful connection. I don't know, some of this stuff is like Minneapolis bus driver Jane Garhels broke a rule to help a barefoot homeless woman. Steve Harmon reports this act of kindness towards someone often overlooked. Hopefully she don't get fired for it. Since the Taliban's return, education in Afghanistan has become scarce. Tracy Smith speaks with Nargis Habib, a California entrepreneur who pays artisans in Afghanistan to pronounce beautiful woven rugs for a price to help support families' financial freedom. Susan Spencer set out to find the ultimate Cuban sandwich. The Columbia restaurant in Tampa's historic Gilboa claims to serve the original, though Miami might have something to say about that. I always used to want to eat a Cuban, but it's something about ham in the summer that doesn't appetize me. Like it just, I don't like lunch meat in the summer. Let's see. Nothing too interesting came on. Hone is now a Category 1 hurricane with top winds of 75 miles per hour. It is approaching Hawaii. Luckily, it's Category 1. Conflict around gray wolves has become so hostile, the U.S. government hired a mediator. they're mediating between ranchers and who to tame them and who not. Massachusetts State Police said a man stole a Jeep from Silhouette Stadium during a Kenny Chesney concert Saturday night, later slammed into a family of 6, stopped at a red light, unaliving a 10-year-old boy. That's sad. Here, I don't see anything that is, they're sending more COVID tests through the mail if you guys want some. I don't know when the last ones were supposed to expire. I do like a lot of things on here, so let's get into it, y'all. So this lady is saying that there was proof that we are eating fake fruit in America. Fake fruit in America.
No, it had to be clear. We knew there was fake fruit. We knew it, and now there's proof. Of course, it wasn't our FDA or our CDC that published this. No, it had to be clear across the world. It had to be India. Bless their souls. Thank you so much for releasing this information, because it's something that we already knew. We just needed concrete proof on. Has been proven to be adulterated. Yes. And it's not just an annoying thing. Actually consuming these adulterated watermelons can lead to serious health complications. What you're seeing is being injected is erythrocin B, which is a red food dye. Are you ready for the long list? This has been linked to altered childhood behavior. First, second, thyroid dysfunction. How many of us are having endocrine problems right now? How many of us can't, get healthy no matter what we do? That is one of the root causes. And there's more. Sodium carbide, that white dust that you might see on an occasional, hopefully, watermelon, is a cousin to arsenic. It's used for artificial ripening. It's literally a poison. It causes kidney problems, lung problems, liver problems. Poison can put you into a coma and potentially... So what can you do to protect you and your family? You can avoid the watermelons that have an unusually bright red color that's uniform throughout. So what you want to see is a rainbow gradation on your watermelon. That shows it's more natural. Do a simple cotton ball test. If you don't have any cotton balls, just grab some toilet paper, grab something, grab a paper towel and rub it on the watermelon. And if you literally pick up red from it, it's been artificially injected with that poisonous dye that's also in sodas. Biggest tip though, never eat a watermelon that's out of season, because it is 99% chance it's been...
My husband loves him some watermelon, but I'm sure he'll think he's a watermelon expert. So this lady says her ex-husband cheated on her with her father.
Together, I felt betrayed. My ex-husband gave me a journey. I never knew that social media could be so brutal. They make me feel like I am a walking disease. My mom was there when the doctor told me that I was HIV positive. I was devastated. I was like, look, ask them of the test.
Not that I want to not listen to this again, but I've heard this story again. This story too many times. But, shout out to her for still getting awareness for it. I just heard it so many times. I don't know. Okay, so this is fake. They finally tagged it, because I was like... Okay, this was from 2019 when Ben was drunk in this video, but somebody said that Ben was cheating on Jennifer with a woman known for being a party girl with substance abuse issues, whose last boyfriend passed away from overdose. This man is a self-destructing in J-Lo's healthy lifestyle, but this is supposedly from 2019. Ben was drunk in this video, though. So, a British woman passed away during a BBL surgery at a clinic in Istanbul. Her family describes the clinic as a pop-up butcher shop after discovering that a large parts of her brain, lungs, and intestines were missing when her body returned to the UK. Tyrese says he wasn't acting in the movie Baby Boy and admits Ving Rhames triggered him and he doesn't like him to this day. To this day. That was, I guess he had him, they really got into character. So these are funny because Judge Mathis is single. So there's all these memes of like older women getting ready to go on a date with Judge Mathis. Like, it's kind of funny. I don't know. It's funny at the time. Let's see what TMZs are yapping about. Quentin Tarantino Russ Pew Pew was 10% Alec Baldwin's fault. Alleged decapitator sings What's Love Got to Do With It after cops pew pew him. Jules LeBron, sobbing since deleted TikTok, upset someone filed the trademark first. She says very demure, very cutesy, but a lot of people gave her legal advice. Maybe she'll be able to get her money. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were all in for Blake's birthday. They went to Blake Lively's birthday. Travis Kelce's dad, I've been 86 from X forever. It seemed like your dad want to be famous like you, Kelsey. Cheryl Hines, RFK Jr. gets with Trump, wifey gets the backlash. Okay. The Boys creator Wonder Woman versus Homelander. Let's do a crossover for Kamala and Linda Carter. Linda Carter's just so wholesome, and Homelander is not. I mean, what would her dialogue be like? Matt Barnes, his sons had a rough week. One busted an appendix. The other one was hit by a car. Pray for those guys. J.D. Vance is walking back his cat lady remark. He said it was just pure sarcasm, guys. Chris Hemsworth, superhero on the drums. He played drums with Ed Sheeran. Jenna Ortega, filthy AI pics of me just too much. I had to delete Twitter. Floyd Mayweather, pack your stuff, you dismissed. Fires ref during a Gotti fight. He gave y'all drama and everything during that fake fight. A Nicki Minaj fan sues her for slander. I'm not a crazy stalker on welfare. I hope he got a good lawyer. TLC T-Boz is hospitalized in New York. Her concerts are canceled. I know T-Boz has been going through a lot of health issues, and hopefully she gets a remedy for that. Jake Paul, Ronaldo's YouTube numbers are impressive, but he won't catch Mr. Beast. Dang, they're saying those astronauts could be stuck until 2025. Crazy. ESPN commentator dislocates his shoulder during a tackle drill determining a draft order. Kanye West doting on her daughter Northwest. Let's get you a South Korea souvenir. And Jennifer Garner and John Miller, fun and flirty dinner date. She like, I love my boyfriend. I'm not going back with Ben. Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie, time for a few pics. Crew members says get a move on. Leonardo's out with his new girlfriend, of course. John Lewis immortalized by a bronze statue replaces a Confederate statue. Kelly Osbourne scolds her hubby after a fire accident. Don't F with the burn piles. Eminem's daughter Haley can't watch Dad's new music videos. I audibly sobbed. Haley and Justin had their baby. I think the baby's name is Jack Blues Bieber. Prince's ex-manager John Legend is good at DNC, but song message what really matters. The juvenile rapper says he is going to fly Southwest from now on after American played him. Flavor Flav have some pretzels, boy. He's passing out snacks as an honorary flight attendant. Flavor Flav is just having the time of his life, and I love that for him. YouTuber Too Mad, his cause of unalignment was an overdose on morphine. How did you get some morphine, big dog? Alright, let's see what else is going on out here in the world that we live in. I'm just looking at all this. None of it seems appealing to me at all. Yeah, all lame. Let's get into some Reddit, see what we got. I'm surprised I can read right now. What's a daily inconvenience that you still can't believe hasn't been solved? I was just telling my husband that although I love showers, I feel like why hasn't the Jetson style shower helped yet, where there's like all these hands coming out and washing you and you're just like going on a conveyor belt and getting yourself dressed. It's just, I'm ready for that portion of my life. Somebody said, why do printers suck? Mammograms, there's got to be a better way to invent a mammogram machine that doesn't squeeze your boobies. Not having zipper lock bags inside of cereal boxes, right? Why have y'all not created that? Even with chips and everything else, like successfully cleaning the inside of a windshield, unsynchronized traffic lights, the buildup that happens in lotion, soap, pumps, hardened product. You go to use a product and that buildup acts as a stopper until the pressure pushes it loose. I really like it if Google and YouTube would stop asking me if I want to sign in. Just let me look up whatever it is and leave me alone. If I wanted to sign in, I would have done it already. Self-cleaning toilets. I still can't believe there's no solution for daily inconvenience or accidentally sending a text message to the wrong person. You should be able to recall a message if you realize you did, like within 5 to 10 seconds. Cats always choosing the carpet to puke on when a perfectly good solid surface is just a few inches away. Dogs do that too. Why insurance companies are allowed to increase premiums if you use a service you pay the premium for. Itchiness is so unpleasant. Yeah, but you'll never know if you're allergic to something if you don't itch. Dust accumulation definitely sucks. Needing to urinate in the middle of the night, definitely on top 5. Menopause. People insisting on driving the same speed as the car next to them, very annoying. Solely from the perspective of Las Vegas, but I really don't understand why our public transportation is so crappy. Stickers on soft fruit, yes. take them off. Waiting in line at the pharmacy when you just want to pick up a prescription. My belt loop getting caught on door handles. Everything getting caught on door handles suck. American stores not showing tax included. Being unable to sleep at work. Very inconvenient. We should definitely be able to have naps at work. Side effects from medication for a condition that are the same as the symptoms. Chronic, I hate sweaty palms and I hate sweaty ears. Like, that's, I think, the biggest thing I hate the most about the Stairmaster and just working out, period, is just my ears sweating with my headphones. Ugh, I can't stand sweat on my body. Like, I love a good workout, but sweat just grosses me out so bad. Ugh. Junk mail, yes, definitely top 5. Brushing our teeth, it must be solvable somehow. Why is having to fax information still a thing? It's just email with extra steps, right? I know that's right, and I don't like having to scan crap. This is my kind of carrying on, just complaining. What couldn't you believe you had to explain to another adult? I did tell my sister she has 3 holes. She didn't understand that. She thought her pee hole and the other hole were the same. And she was an adult. I explained to my mom that my daughter was growing in my uterus and not my stomach, so the hot sauce on my burrito wasn't going to cause her skin burns. I also explained if she were growing in my stomach would certainly cause way worse burns than hot sauce. My husband had explained to a coworker that she couldn't take a train from the U.S. to Europe. She insisted she had to because she didn't like flying. When I worked at a doctor clinic, I had a lady on the phone wanting to book an appointment to have her flu shot. She specifically asked if she could be on the telephone for the appointment. In regards to North and South Poles, neither is the one that is always hot. That you had to have a printer to print things at home, tech support, and I wish I was lying. People that call tech support would just be bananas. Why a room below sea level on a cruise ship would not have a balcony? I explained to a friend of mine who had grown up with me that you cannot vote for Trump in the Australian election. He is not a candidate for anything here. North is not whichever way you're facing. That no matter how much you might want to put a camo pattern on your walls, you're not the paint. You, not the paint, have to determine what the pattern looks like, and you will also have to purchase multiple cans of paint. We cannot hold period blood in. It was at work I had to explain that if they didn't do their job, me or the next shift had to. Africa is a continent and not a country. That each country does not in fact have its own sun. The dogs are artificially bred, and that there aren't wild golden retrievers, wild chihuahuas, and wild Maltese. Yeah, it's frightening sometimes. What's the hardest pill you had to swallow in your early 20s? That being an adult, a fully functioning adult, is sometimes not easier than being a kid. Some relationships or friendships are meant to be temporary. Sometimes peace is more important than being right. Yeah, a lot of people still can't learn that. This is likely the best body your body will ever feel. Put in the work now, your body will thank you. I know that's right. Shout out to the 20-year-old body that we thought we could maintain for 20 more years. You gotta move on. You have to decide what you want to eat for every meal for the rest of your life. Me and my husband have such a hard time about that sometimes on Saturdays. Like, we never know we're gonna eat, but we're both starving. All the fun of going to school, having summers off, having breaks for fall and winter, that's just about over. Time to go to work every day until you're ready to retire. Hope you enjoyed your school years. When something is for you, you can't throw it away. When something is not for you, you can't take it. What is for you will be for you. What was your worst Tinder experience? Went out with a girl from Tinder, went out one time, had a great time talking to each other. She asked me about my plans for next Friday, and I told her I can't go out because my friend has a birthday that day. She gets mad saying I don't want her. I say, let's go out on Saturday. She doesn't even tell me that she can't go out. She just curses me out. I try to salvage the situation, but she can't listen to anything. Then she proceeds to stalk my Instagram for 2 years, even after I deleted my account because I got hacked. I told her why she kept following me from different accounts. I had counted 4. She told me, do you want me to follow you? I said yes, and then I never heard from her again. I had so many, but the weirdest experience was when a guy drew a portrait of me and made me look fat in it and tried to make me pay 20 euros for it. She was very adamant I put it in her butt. Less than 2 inches in, I was pooped on. Well, shat on. I was shat on. I shot myself. That's crazy. We talked for 10 minutes and she started saying that she loved me and wanted to know where I lived. Nope. I was supposed to meet a guy for coffee. First he said he was running late. Then he said that he may or may not be coming. I would have to wait and see. As I was leaving, I saw him at the cafe across the road with another girl. About an hour later, he sent me a rude message calling me a B because I stood him up and wasted his time. About 20 minutes into the day, she divulged that she was actually married and had escaped her husband with their dog. I actually got kind of scared, paranoid, thinking she and her man were crazy and were going to unalive me in the parking lot. Politely left after a couple of drinks. Lady texted me a few weeks later saying that dog passed away and if I wanted to hang out. I never texted her back. It was bizarre. Rest in peace to the dog. She had mentioned it was sick, but strange circumstances nonetheless. Sent me 38 messages in 3 hours, starting off positive, ending up threatening to do something we'll both regret if I didn't reply. I only saw them when I checked my phone on my lunch break. I had someone straight up say they matched to see if I would match with them. I was way too ugly to be in the app. I should delete it and accept being single for the rest of my life. That's crazy. Alright, y'all, let's get into these story times. I'm surprised I was able to read so much, like I said. This was Whitney. This is how you know Whitney was a mess. But this interview, somebody brought it up and I just thought it was so funny. And you know, can't you imagine if someone was really getting on your nerves, how you can just tell them so politely this? But hold on, here we go.
Is today a good day? Today's a great day. It's a blessed day. No temptations today. I have a few temptations, but it's not about drugs, it's about kicking ass, but, you know. Mine? He's strong enough to do that now. I think so.
She said, I think so.
Yes, I am.
Whitney said she is tempted to kick some butt today.
Put a finger down if you found out your husband was cheating on you and not only having sex with one person, but multiple other people, even couples, even men, and filming this sex with these other people and posting them on adult sex sites. And you found out that he's been doing this throughout the years, throughout my pregnancies, just the entire relationship, and still came home and told you that he loved you.
Wow.
Tip you didn't know exist. If your Gmail is running out of storage, here is how you can fix that. Click the settings icon, then click on See All Settings, and now go to Inbox. Check the box of promotions, then click Save Changes. Now if you go to your inbox, you will have a new section called Promotions. Click on Select All. Then click Select All Conversations and Promotions. This will make it select every single promotional email that you
promotions, and I say this because I try to do this, but I still see them. I just want them to automatically delete.
Hey, Mr. Smith, how you doing, man? Good. Yeah, me and everybody head up to New York. Like 5 days, we'll be up there hanging out. Yep, we got some family up there in Rochester. Yeah, we about to have a blast. Took the dog to doggy daycare, so he gonna be up there all week. So we got an empty house. Keep your eye on it for me, you know what I mean? All right, I'll see you when I get back.
Versus suburbs versus the hood. He still got it wrong. See, I live in the suburbs and I still leave in the heat of the night. I don't even want people to see me putting a suitcase in the car. Like, I want you to not know when I left. He was still making too much noise.
No salt. First date red flags. Picture this. I agreed to a first date with a gentleman. I arrive at the restaurant. He's already sitting at the bar. He has a salad and a cocktail. I sit down to join him. He tells me I can order whatever I want on the menu. And I said, okay. So at the time I was feeling like salmon, some mashed potatoes, and some asparagus. So I place my order. We chat. During the conversation, during the conversation and me waiting for my food, he talks a lot about himself. He asks me some very minimal questions, but he seemed to be a little bit self-absorbed. I know how guys can be sometimes. They are excited about their job and what they got going on, so he just yada, yada, yada. No salt. So the meal comes out, the bartender, because we're sitting at the bar, the bartender brings out my food, and I say to myself, oh, I know I'm going to need some salt and pepper on my asparagus, because asparagus to me doesn't taste good unless it's seasoned properly, for all my asparagus eaters. So he then says to me, oh, I don't like a woman who uses salt. I think to myself, who am I sitting next to? Ike Turner and reincarnate? So, you know your girl, well, maybe you're going to get to know me. I don't like when people tell me I can't do something. So I wave the bartender down. I was like, excuse me, can you please bring me some salt and pepper? And so out the side of my eye, I see the guy, look like he pissed off. So anyway, I get the salt. I sprinkle just enough on my asparagus to make it taste good to me. And I put some black pepper, and he says to me, wait for it, I can't believe you did that. What? So I turn to him and I say, excuse me, you can't believe I did what? I said, you make it seem like I disobeyed you. I said, I don't know what's going on in your mind, but I'm an adult, and I heard you say that you don't like a woman who uses salt. You don't like a woman who uses salt. I said, well, you ain't gotta like me, because I like me. And I'm my own person. I make my own food choice decisions. I said, we're on a first date. You got to be kidding me. You clocking my salt intake? I said, at no point, sir, did I tell you that I have hypertension, that I'm on prescription medication. I said, I'm in very good health. I don't take medication for any illnesses. I said, we've never had those kind of conversations. It's a first date, and you're telling me no salt? I'm like, what's going on? Next, you're going to be telling me how to chew my food. You're going to be telling me I can't wear pencil skirts, and I got to relax my natural hair, and I can't go out with my friends. I'm like, you're coming across very controlling on a first date. I said, something is not right. And he said to me, oh, no, it's not that I'm being controlling. I just don't like women that use salt. I said, again, you ain't got to like me. I like me. I said, and if you're not happy with the fact that I use salt, then I can pay for my own meal. I said, this is really weird. I said, I've never experienced such like this before on a first date. No salt. I'm like, all the things that I'm bringing to the table, you would like to nitpick about me using a little bit of salt on my asparagus? Red flag. If you go on a date with a guy and he's already nitpicking you and telling you about what he likes and what he doesn't like about a woman, and you know it's specifically something that he's referencing about about you, that's a red flag that this guy is telling you that if you want to be on his boat or ride his train, that you got to basically deny yourself and do everything that he wants. That's not a loving relationship. That's a sign of someone who is emotionally unhealthy. That's a sign that someone is manipulative. That's a sign that someone could be highly narcissistic. Either way, it all spells toxic to me. And so I continue to eat my food, but I'm trying to just get through the meal because at this point I'm feeling uncomfortable. When you get that intrinsic feeling inside of you that something is not right with a person, don't push it off. That's your intuition. That is the Holy Spirit telling you that this is not your person. This is not someone that you should proceed forward with. So he pays for the meal, and then we get outside the restaurant, and I say to him, I really don't feel like there should be another date, a second date. And he's like, well, why? I feel like we were hitting it off. I said, I don't feel that way. I said, in addition to you telling me that I can't have any salt on my asparagus, my God, you were kind of pressuring me about even picking me up for the date. You wanted to know where I lived. You wanted to come to my house. You wanted me to get in your car as opposed to driving my own car and meeting you there. And then when I told you that I did not want to drive in the car with you, I did not want you to know where I lived initially on the first date, you called me stubborn. You said that I was slightly stubborn. And I'm thinking to myself, no, I'm cautious. And I said, so it was that, and then the no salt, and then, you just went on and on about yourself. I said, I feel like you really didn't take time to get to know me. And then he's like, instead of him at this point, I'm thinking he's going to say, well, forgive me, maybe I overspoke, or, maybe I was just excited to go on a date with you, and, I kind of got tangled up in myself. Can you give me another opportunity? No, this guy said that, he didn't see where there was an error in his ways. He took no accountability for his behavior or, his aggressiveness or overbearingness. So again, another red flag. So just to recap, if you're out with a guy and a guy is overbearing, seems like
we got it, sis. I'm gonna tell you this though. I grew up in a very much like my mom would not let us use salt on our food, especially like when we went out to dinner. She'd be like, So it was just not a thing, and like I do cringe when people use salt. My husband, for example, I'd be like, put that salt down. But I get it too. We're on first date. That's like, if we're going to be in a relationship, we'll have a talk about how much salt you might be using. But if we're on a first date, don't judge people's salt intake. I mean, it is cringy, but
You bring all paper, this rectangle ones, then you squeeze together, then twist,
good job, and that's a really good towel, because that's Daddy's towel.
Now she might put nuts on it. You bring
now how she know about some nuts?
So my family and I came to visit Noah's Ark, and I just want to show you guys just like a snippet of how big it really is. Like, my breath is just taken aback. It took Noah, I think, 100 years to build this, and it just makes me think about the fact that everybody thought he was so crazy. He did it despite knowing that he looked crazy. I don't know who this is for, but I know that there's never been any healing in your family that you can see. I know that the toxicity runs back so many years. But if you could just keep building despite what it looks like, despite what it feels like, despite what they say about you, despite the fact that there never been any rain in that season, in that place, keep being obedient to God. Keep building that ark. Because the blessings, so cool, the blessings that God has on the other side is something that only somebody who could listen, despite what everybody else said, could see. Your obedience is going to save the life of people you don't even know yet.
So that replica is in Kentucky, and she had a good word with it, but yes, in Kentucky, that is a huge ark.
So I was just on a date. Literally had to fight for my life. You see my hair? You see my hair? Anyway, this is what happened. So I've been talking to this guy for about 2 weeks now. Great guy, very attractive, owns his own home, his cars, got his own business, financially stable, and he don't live with mommy, never been married, no kids. Very attractive, tall man, intelligent man as well. We met a couple times, just to work out and whatever,
blah, blah. Like, it was just great. We was on this date for about 2 hours. After that, he asked me, he said, what you want to do now? And I was like, I shoot pool. If you like that, he was like, oh, you shoot pool? And I said, yeah. He said, well, let's go shoot some pool then. So we go to this bar near my house, and we walk in, and we like, is there any pool tables available? And they say, there's pool tables in the back, or you can get the VIP room and whatever. And he said, well, how much is the VIP room? Never mind, we'll just take it. And I was like, okay. So we go in the VIP room, and we're shooting pool, we're talking stuff, we're clowning. He says, do you drink? And I said, I'm a lightweight, but I do green tea shots. And he was like, well, let's do green tea shots. He calls the waiter over, and he said, get us some green tea shots and keep them coming. I'm like, okay, that's red flag number one, because now you're trying to get me tipsy. So anyway, we drinking, we having a great time. I'm thinking I'm really good at pool, and I'm winning. The whole time he's letting me win. So he calls the waiter over and was like, can we get some chicken wings and some other stuff and whatever like that? And like, he just got a table full of food, and we're just having a great time until we wasn't. I guess his chicken wings was cooked too hard, which I told him the food there wasn't good anyway, but you can't tell the man anything. So he calls the waiter over, and he tells the waiter, hey, I don't like the chicken wings. Can you take them off the bill and whatever like that? And the waiter say, well, you ate 4 out of 10. I will have to grab the manager. So he said, okay, that's fine. Oh my gosh. So the manager comes and he goes, what's the problem? Next thing you know, my date stands up and socks him in the face, bro. I was like, it happened so fast. I was just sitting there like, what just happened? Now my date and the manager is like wrestling, and then the waitress jumps in, and I'm just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? So I grab the waitress, like I lift her up, and I'm like, stop, like stop. She turns around and starts swinging on me, and I'm like, bro, I'm not trying to fight you, I'm not trying to fight you. She grabs me by my hair and like punches me multiple times, and so I just pushed her, and now me and her is fighting. Security comes, picks me up, and slams me on the pool table. I grab the pool ball, and I'm throwing it at security. My date tackles security, and then grabs me, and now we're running out the building. He says, get in the car, get in the car. So I jump in the back, and he skirts off, right? I'm in the back seat, trying to wrap my head around what just happened. He goes, you good? You good? I said, bro, take me to my car. Take me to my car. We get to my car. He gets out the car. He goes, like, you good and whatever. I said, hey, are you good? Like, what's wrong with you? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm just trying to make sure you good. I said, listen, we grown, and I got to lose. And you got to lose, too. And what you just pulled wasn't cool at all, bro. Like, we could have went to jail and whatever. He was like, but we didn't. Baby, the way I grabbed my keys and got in my car, and I'm driving home, right? I look, he's following me, and he's sending me multiple text messages. I just want to make sure you make it home safe. I just want to make sure you make it home safe. Baby, I got on the highway and just kept driving. I drove all the way downtown, and to the west side, to the east side, and then I just made it home. I